Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to First Cut. My name is Andres, right here with the crew RB3 and Wikum, here to break down the Marvel Phase 5 and Phase 6 lineup that was delivered to us at San Diego Comic-Con. We were not there, but we have the list right in front of us, and we want to talk about what looks like the most hype project that Marvel has coming up in the near future. We know that we're closing out Phase 4 with Wakanda Forever, so that's the end of Phase 4. So we're moving on to Phase 5, and kicking off Phase 5, I have the list in front of me, is Ant-Man Quantumania, which comes out February 2023. And then we got a ton of Disney Plus shows, but the first one coming out is Secret Invasion. May 5th, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then summer 2023, we got Echo on Disney Plus. Loki Season 2 as well, that same summer of Disney 2023, summer 2023. July 28th, we finally get The Marvels, which has been teased from Miss Marvel. If you've seen that, you know that the ending connects to that movie. November 3rd of next year is going to be Blade, starring Mahershala Ali. And then in fall of that year on Disney Plus, we have Ironheart. We also have Agatha, Coven of Chaos in winter of 2023 and at the beginning of 2024, plus a Daredevil 2024, Captain America New World Order 2024, that's the one with Sam Wilson as Captain America. And then finally, July 28, 2024, closing out Phase 5 is Thunderbolts. I want to go straight to you guys. What are you most looking forward to in Phase 5 out of the projects I just named right now? I'll start with you, RB3.
Oh man, well, there's a lot. I mean, obviously, as y'all know, Loki, I think as a TV show is the best show that they've done on Disney Plus. Like, I think WandaVision is the best overall experience and package, but I think as a show, Loki does the best. So I'm super excited for season 2 of that. Also, we got to show love to Ironheart, because that's our
she looks great in the Wakanda trailer too.
Yeah, even we saw her for like 2 seconds. But I mean, the obvious answer for me is Captain America, a new World Order. I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier a lot. I thought it was good. And just the Captain American franchise in general has just been the trilogy that has fascinated me the most in the MCU. Seeing that transition from the traditional patriotism to kind of almost the conspiracy, looking over your shoulder kind of character that Chris Evans ended up becoming, to now seeing a new Captain America, that gets me most excited.
Wikum, what about you? What are you most looking forward to out of these lineups?
You know, I gotta say Agatha is my top number one. No, I'm just kidding. Of course.
Okay. That's a pick, man.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
I don't know. I don't know about that show. I feel like that was a weird choice, like weird character for them to focus an entire show on. But anyway, my top for this has got to be Blade, man. Mahershala Ali, like doing the Dark Avengers, like to see Marvel approach like, a sort of darker character with like introducing like vampires and all this stuff is like, that's what I'm excited for. And my number 2, which I'm almost equally as excited for, is Ant-Man Quantumania. Me and Rob, we've talked about how like Ant-Man has my favorite solo movies. Like they're fun, good time, creative, and this one we're getting a very serious one, it seems like, with Kang, and we get to see, of course, Ant-Man's daughter take on the suit as well, venturing into the quantum realm and all that stuff, I think is gonna be a good time. So I'm excited for those two.
I didn't expect the Ant-Man one, but damn, bro, I can't lie. Blade is the one that it's the most out of nowhere one besides Agatha. But when it comes to like out of nowhere, when it comes to Marvel's type of movie, that's what it seems like, which is why it's like my most anticipated, but also the one I'm most nervous about, if that makes sense. Because we still haven't seen Marvel truly do dark. Like we've teased it a little bit in Multiverse of Madness, but we never even pushed the envelope as much as it could have been pushed. I still feel like Marvel truly hasn't gone into that dark atmosphere. And everyone is always talking about, oh, Deadpool is going to be rated R and it's coming to the MCU. So far, it hasn't. And so far, we still haven't seen an R-rated MCU movie. And I doubt this is going to be an R-rated MCU movie. I still think it's going to be PG-13, like Kevin Feige said a couple years ago. So I'm nervous about it, but I'm still hype about it because Blade is like, I grew up on Wesley Snipes' Blade, 1998. Like I was at the perfect age for that, because I'm much older than you guys, so I remember that movie. So to me, Blade has always been one of my favorite characters. So I'm definitely most excited for that overall. But at the same time, I'm just so nervous about it because I still feel like if Marvel just adds a little too much Marvelisms in it, and makes it a little too like not Blade, I feel like it's not gonna work. But my second shout out has got to go to Guardians. I mean, RB3, you and I have been, loved it. I think Guardians are the best franchise so far with Guardians 1 and Guardians 2. I think that's been the best. And I think delivering on Guardians 3 would be just clutch. And apparently everything coming out of that panel is that it's going to be a full, complete story. It's going to be the conclusion of the arc of each character. It's going to be this coming of circle, coming together kind of thing, where Volume 3 is just closing out the franchise altogether when it comes to all the Guardians films and all the Guardians characters. So to me, I think Guardians has the most potential there when it comes to character development, character growth, character moments. But also shout out to Blade. I gotta cross my fingers. RB3, what do you think they're gonna do with Blade, man? Because I can see it going either way. I can see it being amazing and being not great.
Well, I think Disney's going to test the waters, or I think they're testing the waters now as they're putting up. This weekend they just announced that they're putting Deadpool 2, and Logan all on Disney Plus.
But they still haven't announced Deadpool 3, bro. Right? Freaking Ryan Reynolds is gonna be 55.
Oh yeah, I mean, he'll still look good at 55 though. He's gonna be a good looking 55-year-old. But I think it's gonna be interesting. I think they're gonna see how those numbers do on Disney Plus. See if there's a bunch of complaints, a lot of outrage, and then maybe we might see an R-rated Blade. I mean, it seems like they're starting to shoot in October, so maybe that decision's already been made or not. But who knows? I do think though. You can't get an actor like Mahershala and mess around with it. I'm not even sure if they announced the director yet for it, but I'm really hoping that this is some high quality character driven story, because when we saw the first Wesley movie, when we saw the first set of Wesley Snipes movies, they're violent, they're action packed, but they're also the cool character moments and cool it's cool dissection of what the vampire lifestyle is versus the enemies, or like the half vampire lifestyle that Blade kind of runs. So I just hope they really dive deep into that and don't have to feel compromised to some sort of family formula.
Wikum, when it comes to the new Marvel TV shows, so the new ones, Secret Invasion, Echo, Daredevil, Thunderbolts, Ironheart,
She-Hulk,
which one are you most looking forward to?
I gotta say, Daredevil, or is Thunderbolts? I thought Thunderbolts was a movie. It's a show.
I think it's a show. Yeah. I might be
okay.
wrong. Let me check. Oh no, it's a movie.
I think it's
right.
a movie.
You're right. It's a
Okay.
movie.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Daredevil. I heard it was 18 episodes, which is like.
18.
I was like, wait, whoa! What happened to the whole Marvel Disney 6-8 short episode? What's going on there? That's kind of dope. You could tell a longer story. You know what I mean? You could really get into the depths of the character. I just hope that, because it is the first season of Daredevil technically, but to me it's the fourth, right? So they've done so much Kingpin. Season 1 was all Kingpin. Season 3 was pretty much all Kingpin again. And season 2 was Punisher, which is amazing. But I hope that they can find a way to do justice to, the previous seasons of Daredevil, while also simultaneously giving us something fresh and new.
Yeah, another one, RB3. I gotta be real with you, bro. We on that Marvel Netflix, RB3. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous, man. I think they're gonna drop the ball, bro. I think they're gonna fumble the bag. Right at the goal line,
sheesh.
I don't
Damn.
know. I just can't. After Hawkeye, I'm just
Yeah.
I don't think they could do street characters that well. What were they called? The Tracksuit Gang, the
Yeah, Tracksuit Mafia.
Like,
yeah,
bro, like if
that
they're
was-
gonna do
that
this
was
with
ridiculous.
Daredevil, like this gonna be trash. This is not gonna be good at all. Are you confident with Daredevil and bringing back the same cast and the same actor,
Well,
Charlie Cox, and it's gonna be at the same quality as a Netflix show? Because I don't think it's gonna be.
Well, I love Charlie Cox, so I think whatever he
too.
does, whatever he touches, is going to be gold. He's going to obviously be appearing in She-Hulk, which we
She-Hulk
also
and
got
Echo,
which we
yeah.
got in the trailer too, and Echo. So yeah, he's going to be getting a lot of mileage out of his character. I'm assuming so will Kingpin as well. And obviously the Born Again is based off that storyline from Frank Miller, which is interesting because they also claim that they loosely based season 1 of Daredevil off of on Netflix. So it's like, are they gonna be readapting that kind of like same story? Or I guess that maybe the first Daredevil season was more of influence than actually adapting it. But either way, 18 episodes is a lot. That kind of makes me more nervous than anything because I'm already kind of looking at these shows and thinking they're already kind of looking low budget when there's only like 6 or 8. But when you get to 18, like the money's gonna get pretty spread thin, right? Now there's probably not gonna be like a lot of like CGI and stuff like that, which makes it cool. But I remember when the Netflix shows came out, a lot of people said the 13 episode model was too much. Like 13 was too many episodes.
It would have been
So
perfect
I'm
at
like-
10. 10 would have been perfect.
10 would have been perfect. And I say that, and also I say, Miss Marvel, I just watched Miss Marvel at 6. Was that 6? That was that was rushed. That felt rushed. And I wish that should have been longer. So I hope they find that balance of was too long, was too short. I really, really hope it's not a periodical where every week he's doing a different like lawyer case or something like that, because that's gonna get real old real quick to me. So
I'm when it comes to these shows, when it comes to Echo, Daredevil, those kind of shows, I'm nervous about it just because I'm not sure exactly what the tone is going to be. We know She-Hulk. Kevin Feige said it's going to be the silliest Marvel show, is what he said. He was like, yeah, it's going to be the silliest one. And I'm just like, really?
Wow.
like
we've gone pretty silly already.
We've gone pretty silly before, y'all. Like, if this is going to be the silliest, then damn. Like, Daredevil's
We had an alligator
showing up in
Loki.
the silliest show. And then we
had
have
Kingpin wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Bro,
that wasn't silly enough.
I know a lot of people like it because it's comic accurate, but man, did I not like that. I thought
Dude, we
that
got
was bad.
screaming goats. That wasn't silly enough. Like,
Yeah, but at
What are
least
we
that
doing?
was like in a faraway Thor movie. Like putting that in a Daredevil, like
right.
please don't do that. Like that'd be awful. I'm still looking forward to Echo. I'm still looking forward to,
Are you
all
looking
these
forward to
TV
Echo?
shows. I am. Yeah, I am. I want to support that actor, that character. I feel like making a silent martial artist is like already just like a badass. You got me. Just tell me silent martial artist kicking ass, and I'm just like, all right, I'm in.
I feel like in the Hawkeye show where she was debuted, I didn't feel like I like even really got to know her that much or like see her do much. But yeah, I mean that's interesting that you're supporting.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm into the show, because I feel like they can kind of dive into her character a little bit more, and I think they'll take it a little more serious than they would like, I don't know, She-Hulk or like
Right.
Agatha, for example. I think that'll be another kind of ridiculous show. I think they'll take it more serious. And speaking of serious, they stressed a lot in the panel, the Secret Invasion panel, that Secret Invasion was going to be the most serious Marvel show so far. RB3, what are your expectations when it comes to something like Secret Invasion? And Kevin Feige saying that tonally this one is going to be the most, grounded political thriller, kind of make you kind of think kind of Marvel show so far.
I mean, I love it. I love that concept of not knowing who's a Skrull and who isn't a Skrull, especially within S.H.I.E.L.D. or within the government. And that's something that we dealt with in Captain America, Winter Soldier with Hydra being unveiled. So if it's going to be more in that direction, I'm excited. And plus, Samuel L. Jackson, he's just been having a killer year. If y'all saw The Last Days of Tyler Me Gray on Apple TV, amazing performance he put out of there. So at his more crisp age, he's still putting on an amazing performance. So I'm excited to see what Secret Invasions leads, because that's obviously going to lead into Secret Wars. So
Yeah.
I'm stoked to see where, and I'm sure there's gonna be some tie-ins with the Marvels, right? Because Marvels and Kree are very tied in together and stuff like that.
Skrulls,
Captain Marvel
yeah.
and Skrulls, yeah. Not Kree.
I want to move on to Phase 6. We have Fantastic Four and then 2 Avengers movies. Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and then Avengers Secret Wars coming out the same year, which is 2025. May 2025 and then November 2025. That's wild. Like, coming out the same year is pretty interesting. Wikum, what do you think about that closing out Phase 6, and what do you think we can see when it comes to those 2 Avengers films and Fantastic Four?
Honestly, I'm looking way forward to Phase 6 more than Phase 5. Like, Phase 5 is cool, but Phase 6 is what I've been wanting, you know? I want Fantastic Four, and I have the suspicion that some of those blank slates that are there are for X-Men. I'm like hoping it's for X-Men so that the X-Men can come in, you know, during Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. You know what I mean? But I think we all kind of already knew that this was coming. Like, all the rumors and the internet, like, everybody was like, well, they're doing Secret Wars. They're doing Secret, like, it's multiverse. Like, they put Kang and Loki. Like, this is what we're doing, guys, you know? But to see that official confirmation was just like, hell yeah. Like, I love that all of this is coming to a culmination. But it does bring me back to a larger conversation of sort of like, in Phase 1, 2, and 3, we got Phase 1, Avengers. Phase 2, Avengers Age of Ultron. Phase 3, you know, Infinity War Endgame, you know. But in these 3 phases, we have Phase 4, right? Phase 5, and then at the end of Phase 6 is when we get an Avengers movie. So I feel like having having like Age of Ultron and the first Avengers, for the Avengers to kind of like get to know each other and be friends, and then like give them the biggest challenge, give them the cosmic Thanos, like then they come together to defeat them, was like amazing. So it's a little I think it's a little odd. I hope it works out though, to have like all these, there's so many more characters now than they were dealing with before, you know. I actually wanted to pull up this infographic I saw on IGN, which shows MCU runtimes by phase. So Phase 1 was 6 films and it was 12.4 hours. Phase 2 was 6 films and it was 12.7 hours. Phase 3, 11 films, 24.9 hours. Right? Phase 4, so far, it's not even finished yet, is 6 films, 7 shows, 50 hours. So we're getting a lot more Marvel in like the same amount of time. We're getting a lot more characters in the same amount of time. So I really hope Kevin Feige and Marvel know what they're doing with introducing this many characters, and if it's all going to culminate in Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, and if they can do it well.
Yeah, that's a good point. I still feel like people who mix in the TV shows, I don't know if, I mean, I guess obviously they count. I mean, it's still Marvel content. But the reality of the fact is that most people still just watch movies. Like, a lot of like regular folk just go watch Marvel movies and don't tune into the shows. And I think what's going to happen maybe in Phase 5, I might be wrong, maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like a lot of people might start to fall off on the Marvel shows and just kind of select and pick which ones they want to watch, and then just kind of skip the ones they don't want to watch. And then the movies will just kind of fill them in and what's going on. Like, I think if you don't know a certain character and they come up in a movie, I mean, they'll explain it well enough that if you haven't seen the show, you'd still be able to keep up with the content and with the plot. I think Kevin Feige is good enough to do that. And I think that's probably what they're going to do. But that's just on me, because I feel like the TV shows are so different than the movies. I that's just my opinion, but I feel like it's just 2 different paths when it comes to the type of content that we're seeing.
Yeah, I
go ahead.
I could see that. I feel like I don't want that to be true, because I want there to be a payoff for me watching every Marvel show.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
me too. As
I really
all the
liked.
shows.
Yeah, exactly. Like as someone like WandaVision giving us that development for Multiverse of Madness. If they could do it like that, where it's like you don't need to see WandaVision to know her motivations, but you get a really good understanding if you do. If they sort of do that kind of thing, where it's like optional, but if you like do watch it, you get like an extra bonus, like sort of insight. You know what I mean? I think that would be the best way to handle it. But yeah.
RB3, what are you looking forward to most in Phase 6?
I mean, obviously, Kang Dynasty is something that's like, super exciting. I mean,
sounds dope.
Jonathan Majors was eating up the screen in the low-key finale.
He was.
And just seeing like a black, bad villain, like introducing that is just going to be super, super sick. And I think it's going to, I don't know, I think there's going to be a lot of creativity and having multiple different Kangs. It's almost like, if you're like a Rick and Morty fan and you've seen like, how they have like the Council of Ricks and there's like 1,000 different Ricks. I imagine there might be a similar situation where if like a Council of Kangs and there's like 1,000 different Jonathan Majors like running.
Which Marvel does use Rick and Morty writers.
Right, exactly. So I think that's gonna be. I'll just be really fun. I'm just really excited for seeing that, seeing who's going to be a part of the Avengers, this new Avengers lineup, because so far it really doesn't look like any of the old Avengers are like left. You have Thor, but besides Thor, like Hawkeye kind of retired. Yeah, Hawkeye kind of retired-ish. Cap is gone. Iron Man's
Hulk.
gone. Hulk. Yeah, Hulk is still around, but he looks like he doesn't want to fight anymore. So it's like, are they literally just gonna have a whole new team of people around this time? Yeah, so I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting, and I think it's different. I feel like out of this entire presentation, the biggest confirmation that we had is that it's different. It's going to be different. Like 4, 5, and 6, the phases are going to be on a different scale, on a different type of storytelling angle. Going in different directions, going in different multiverses. That's why Kevin Feige was like, I'm just letting you guys know this is called the Multiverse Saga. And he confirmed that at San Diego Comic-Con, basically saying, stories can go sideways if we wanted to because this is the multiverse and we can go any direction we want to. So I feel like that's their main thought process when it comes to these next few phases. But either way, guys, those were our thoughts on the upcoming Marvel slate.
Before we go, do you think the Russo brothers are going to direct these last 2 Avengers movies?
Well, they said no, right? Didn't they say that the Russo brothers are out? You didn't see that report?
Did they say that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that new? I didn't see that.
Yeah, so if you look it up right now, I'll look it up. Russo Bros. So it says right here, Kevin Feige confirms that the Russo brothers won't be directing Phase 5. Russo brothers, I'm pretty sure they're out, bro. I'm pretty sure they're done.
All right, then I'm out.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I mean, the Russo brothers are directing their action movies on Netflix, getting paid like $300 million.
Nah,
they don't need Marvel no more.
Nah, they don't need them. They don't need them. But Marvel might need the Russos, and
that's
just
true.
think that
That's true.
And I'm just saying, Joss Whedon, he can't carry anything else. So you got to get a really good director if you want to get these Avengers movies right.
That's a really good point. I didn't even think of who's going to be your next like marquee director. I guess John Watts, because he did No Way Home. I feel like, but that's Sony.
Or Ryan
right?
Coogler.
Or Coogler, yeah.
Coogler, I do feel like Coogler, but I also feel like, will you even do an Avengers movie?
I don't think he would. That's the thing. I don't think Ryan has that kind of energy to do that. You need someone who's kind of crazy to do that. That's a really good question. I don't know who's going to be their big marquee director. I'm sure they'll bring him in, though. I'm sure it'll be someone that we're not even thinking of right now.
There's been rumors that they were trying to look for like a Steven Spielberg level director for Fantastic Four. Like there are rumors that they like asked Steven Spielberg to do Fantastic Four because I think Marvel's at this place now where it's like now like I think someone like Steven Spielberg like could handle those incredibly, like maybe even better than the Russo brothers. So that sort of degree of director is not completely off the table.
Yo, if they get a Spielberg to direct a Marvel movie, that's crazy. That's some next level stuff. Like
that'd be cool, but also like I don't know. I just don't know how much of the input it's gonna be, bro. Like at this point, how much input would a Spielberg have? Like, they would have to let him have all the reins in the film, which is something that they don't let a lot of directors do. But
I mean, dang, he made Ready Player One. That's basically that's basically like Avengers for the Warner Brothers studio.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah, I guess I wasn't the biggest fan of Ready Player One. Yeah, you remember my review of that, bro? I did not like that movie. But either way, those were our thoughts on the upcoming Marvel lineup. Let us know what is the project you are most looking forward to when it comes to Phase 5, when it comes to Phase 6, when it comes to the Marvel TV shows, all that kind of stuff. Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to First Cut if you haven't done so already. Make sure to follow me at Squad Leader Race. RB3, where can everyone follow you, man?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3.
And Wikum.
You guys can follow me on all platforms at WIKVM.
Alrighty, guys. Either way, for the First Cut crew, we're going to be peacing out. So deuces.
Peace.